Your first sale in insurance changes absolutely everything. Before that, you can be doubting yourself, you could be nervous, and really even just questioning if this industry is even for you. What's going on, guys? This is Houston Ann with Prodigy Life Group, and today I am with Eddie Sanchez, one of our top producers here. Eddie, how you doing today?
I'm doing good, thank you.
And today we want to talk about what it actually takes to get your first sale. Now, before we dive into what it actually takes to get your first sale, Eddie, what were you doing before you got into insurance?
So before I got into insurance, I was working a normal job selling sneakers at Foot Locker.
Nice, man. And when you were working at Foot Locker, did you ever picture yourself getting into any sales roles such as insurance or anything like that?
Not really, to be honest. I didn't really see the bigger picture at first, but I'm very glad that I did.
And what actually got you into insurance?
So originally I got into insurance just off of a friend. He was doing it for a while, and I decided to just, take the risk and join myself.
And what ultimately made you want to take that risk?
Just seeing the results, honestly. He was very transparent with the results he was getting, and I really just felt like it was worth it.
Awesome, man. And when you first started, how was the beginning? Like, how was your struggle in the beginning? Did you struggle much, or did it come pretty easy for you? How was that, like, let's say, first 90 days in the business?
Yeah, good question. So, just like every other Asian, I feel like majority of people that start this business, I definitely did struggle. It did take me a while for me to kind of get the hang of things, and I am a slow learner. So, yeah, I definitely did struggle to start off.
And when you first started, do you remember your first sales call?
Yeah, I do actually.
And how did that go?
Very choppy, not too informative, very messy, but still got the job done.
What mistakes were you really making in the beginning when you first started picking up the phones and dialing?
Honestly, I didn't really know too much about the product, and I was letting that kind of get to my head and overthink the whole process. So I was just very choppy speaking to the clients in general.
And what ultimately changed, flipped the switch and helped you improve?
After hours, for sure. I definitely took the business a lot more serious than just your average 9 to 5. I took the time outside of work to really study the script, handle objections and everything like that.
And if you were to talk to your old self, like when you first joined, or anybody who's just now getting into the industry, what advice would you give to them to be more confident?
Just kind of everything that comes with confidence is just practicing. I would just say to practice as much as you can and really just do the actual action.
I couldn't agree more. And would you say that just doing the action and ultimately putting in those extra hours after your dial windows is what ultimately helped you ease off all the nerves that you were having when you first started?
Yeah, 100%. Just me being able to practice outside of work helped me a lot. And then once I came into work, I felt, even more ready than I did the day before.
And Eddie, how important would you say scripts are for a new agent?
They're very important, but at the same time, it's also very important that you are very natural on the phone as well. I like to tell all my new guys that join, with the script, you want to learn the structure of it more rather than what the actual script says.
I couldn't agree more. There's, we talk about that, the 7-pillar structure of the script itself.
Yeah, exactly.
And really how to stay locked in on that script while sounding natural and being prepared for any objections thrown your way. With that said, what objection really scared you the most?
At first, I think what scared me the most was honestly just hearing that they weren't interested, because that's usually the one that you get right off the bat. And for me, it was like I really felt like I couldn't move forward from it just because it was more of like a mental block.
Yeah, no, that's fair. And what helped you learn your objections the most? Did you do flashcards? I know you did a lot of hours after work.
Yeah.
But ultimately, what do you think really helped you with your objections?
To be honest, the number one thing is literally just going out in the field and doing it. That's how I learned the best, is actually just dialing and dealing with the objections hands-on. And then the second best thing that helped me was honestly just having my girlfriend object me and then me just, trying to rebuttal it.
Yeah, having a friend, family, significant other to be able to practice with is really, really important in the beginning.
Yeah.
Because understanding what to say when a client says something is very, very important. And like we always say, right? Good salespeople practice what to say. Great salespeople practice what to ask. So understanding the objection, following back up with a response followed by another question, right? And continuing the conversation moving forward. With that said, I wanted to ask you, Eddie, how important is it when you are getting started to make sure you're following up with your leads?
Definitely very important. I would say a good maybe 15 to 20% of my closes per month come from follow-ups.
Okay, and 15 to 20% of Eddie's closes, to put it in perspective, it's not even the end of May. He's already over $40,000. So 15 to 20% could literally mean an extra $8, $9, $10,000 when you're at a top producer level like Eddie himself. With that said, do you remember any of your first sales that came from follow-ups?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I have a few that I do remember, you know, where I was just surprised that they did end up falling through.
Okay. And do you remember like what the annual premiums on some of your first deals were that really kind of like helped you believe in the process of this, what we do?
Yeah, so my actual first sale was for about 2000 AP. So right there, I was just belief system, you know, shot out of the roof, really.
And what would you say for someone who's in the trenches right now? They haven't got their first sale, they're hammering the phones, and ultimately they're just trying to sharpen their craft and get that first sale under their belt.
Yeah, so I mean, if you're looking for your first sale still, I would definitely say to just not give up, as cliche as it sounds. You know, you're just one call away from hearing that yes, and one yes away from seeing that deposit.
I couldn't agree more. And what do you think new agents overthink the most on?
Honestly, just the action of actually dialing. A lot of my new guys, they're kind of scared to hop on the phones at first, or they overthink every objection. But literally, just hopping on the phones, doing the action, like we've mentioned already, is what helps get through that beginning stage the quickest.
Guys, at the end of the day, the agents who continue to do the actions and the ones who keep going are going to be the ones who find success long term in this industry. If you found any value from this video and you want to learn more, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe below, and we'll see you on the next one.